With a beautiful green shirt on. If it weren't for God and my mother and my small but mighty family, I probably wouldn't be in this exact room today. But I've been extremely fortunate, extremely blessed to share this story. So this book is called Under the Influence of Hope. It's a memoir that I started in in-house suspension at Northeast High School over 12 years ago. I was born in North Philadelphia in the summer of 1995, July 6th, one of the hottest days in the summer. My birth mother was addicted to crack cocaine, and I was stripped from that family relatively early and put into the foster care system. I was put into the foster care system as soon as I was born. I was fortunate to be blessed and adopted by this wonderful family who valued education, believed in God, and also, just had overall belief in, the power of transformation and support. I was adopted 1996, 1997 by this Christian family that raised us at Zion Baptist Church at Blanco-Renwick streets. Life wasn't easy, as a lot of us can agree. Just growing up in North Philadelphia, being addicted to crack cocaine upon birth, so we were dealing with the withdrawal symptoms. I grew up in Philadelphia public schools. It was kind of challenging because I was in recovery for most of my life. I had a lot of behavior challenges, and my family never gave up on me. My community never gave up on me. I remember growing up playing football in the parking lot at Venango and Germantown Avenue, running these young bulls over. That's kind of what I did. That was my upbringing. Through that experience, though, I was fortunate to go to college. Started my educational journey after graduating from Samuel Fells High School at Millersville University. Spent about a little less than 2 years there, and I decided I wanted to become a teacher. I didn't know that my journey was going to start in 2013 and I wouldn't become a teacher until September 2020. Through that experience, though, during the pandemic, teaching at Simon Gratz, I knew that was what I was passionate about doing. The reason why I named the book Under the Influence of Hope is because individuals who have hope are sometimes seen as crazy. Pastor Mike Todd says that he refers to it as crazy faith. If you ask a young person, young man, 14 years old in Nicetown, what do you want to do when you get older? He'll probably say, I want to go to the league. I wanted to go to the league as well. I just wasn't sure which one. I was fortunate enough to go to Temple University, study there, where I met LaVon. We did a lot of, community service events
that needed to be served when I went through trauma. And so this is my book, Tears in a Bottle, my first book. I have others, but this is my baby. This is the only one I want to talk about today. I have a few others over there. You can go on Amazon and get my other one. But this is my baby. This is my first. And two things came out of that marriage that absolutely changed my life forever. The first thing was I had a beautiful baby boy. So yes, I lost a baby, but God blessed me with a brand new baby. And to this day, my son is like my baby, even though he's a grown man. Has children of his own.
My mind that I'm really living my dream of being an author, being a homeowner, and being financially stable. But what most people don't know about me is, in 2008, my home sweet home was a 3-story abandoned building in West Philadelphia. I can still see the blue chip paint that covered the bedroom walls. I can still smell the sewage that reeked from the basement. I have chill bumps as I'm telling you about this dark time in my life. I remember being depressed. I remember being suicidal. And I remember in 2008, August, I brought my newborn home to this abandoned building. I felt like a failure. I felt like not only had I failed her, but I failed myself, because not only did she deserve better, but I deserved better. But here I was in this stuck place. I smoked so much marijuana to try to numb myself, but it only worked but for so long. I remember crying out to God, asking him, why did I have to endure this pain? Why did I feel so alone? Why did you not surround me with people who could support me and encourage me and uplift me? I remember during that time, I had to go to the basement to get water from a hose so that I could bathe my daughter and myself. I was embarrassed. My family had no idea what I was going through. My father didn't know what his only daughter was going through. I made it look good because I put on that mask. I remember walking through this 3-story building which had a total of 5 vacant apartments. And I remember going through this building, reciting Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Even while my ribs are touching, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. When my baby needed formula and Pampers and wipes and I wanted to go still, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's hard to talk about that dark time in my life. It's hard to even believe that I went through something so devastating, that I allowed my daughter to endure her first 2 years of life in an abandoned building. But you know what I realized is that that journey, that valley, was necessary. It was necessary for me to live in those conditions so that I could appreciate home ownership. It was necessary for my faith to be tested so that I could stand before you and show you the goodness of God, because it's only by his grace that I made it out. During that time, I made God a promise. And I said, God, when you get me out of this place, I promise that each and every woman that I come across, I'm going to be a blessing to her. I'm going to uplift her. I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to love on her. I'm going to be everything to her that I wish I had.
Why I was in pain. I've been in several car accidents. I've been in on a head-on collision where you would have thought I was the meat in between sandwich and bread. I was in the middle of 2 cars. Then also, among the other, rear-ended car accidents that I've been into, I hate microphones. And I used to be an auto tech. Even through the car accidents that I have been through, I got stuck in between 2 cars on foot. Some of that was my own doing because I was singing on a choir to go to the concert. And I went to check on my parking, not realizing that the car had moved. And it had moved back towards me to a point where I was pinned in between 2 cars. And a lady got out to help me because she saw that I was stuck. And she put the car in reverse, and I was in the back. And instead of her moving the car forward, I'm banging on the car. You're killing my legs, you're killing my legs. She got so upset that she left the car. And I'm stuck in between the car. A man jumps out, and he puts the car in drive. When my mother took me to the hospital, they told her if my thighs had not been as large as they were, I would be crippled. So that's why I insist on wearing heels. I walk in them pretty well. I used to be a model, but I can't walk in stilts anymore because of my knees.
I don't want people to know what I've been through, but I did it, and I did it afraid, and I'm so glad that I did. So the first book that I wrote is co-authored in, is Blessed Not Broken. This is volume 4, The Power of Letting Go, and pretty much I discuss how I got to the point of being in an abusive, toxic relationship, my struggles with my own self-esteem, how I had to overcome it, just the challenges I went through with my daughter and her seeing the things I had been going through, to finally getting out safely and actually moving on with my life. So now I am a life coach for women that are going through the same things, helping them through a 5-step program on how to get out safely first and foremost, and to also choose themselves, hence why my company is called I Choose Me. So that's the first one. And then, of course, I got such good feedback with the first one that the visionary author decided, I want you on my next book collaboration. So this is When Being Strong Is All You Know. I take the readers on a journey of being a teen mom, the obstacles I had to overcome to getting 2 degrees while being a single mother, the things that I had to go through, like with her father and everything. So this one is A Mother's Strength. My title is entitled A Mother's Strength. To then 14 years later, giving birth to twins that are both autistic. So that's this book. And my books kind of go backwards a little bit, right? So then, for anyone in the room who knows Focus James, Focus is a life coach. That's how I got certified to be a life coach. She asked me to be on my 3rd anthology, which is called The Daddy-Daughter Dynamic. This book is intense. It was hard to write. I had to really go back to being that little girl who daddy left her. And so the reason I say it goes backwards is because it all starts here. It started from my dad. He's the reason why I chose this relationship. He's the reason why I chose this relationship.